Hey, before I get into this video, please note that it will spoil the entire main story of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So if you don't want spoilers, consider throwing this into your watch later folders so you can come back when you're ready. Alright, let's get into the video. In Xenoblade, this guy is a mess. He literally tries to kill his younger clone just so he can spend the rest of his life with him. And it took him pulling one of the hardest bait switches and giving one of the greatest speeches in the game to calm him down. But what exactly about that makes him Babygirl material? I'm just as confused as you are, so that's why I'm going to try to figure out today why people call him a Babygirl. So let's get into it. Well, to find out what a Babygirl is, I went to the best source on the internet, Urban Dictionary. Let's see what the top rated definition is. I don't think that's quite what we're looking for. Let's try this. A fictional man who a Tumblr user likes a lot, similar to a Blorbo or a pure little Meow Meow. Wow, this guy from my shows is so pathetic. I love him. Come here, Babygirl. Kissing Heart by Rancid Kitty on June 26th, 2022. Now, for those who have no clue what any of those words mean, basically it means that a Babygirl is someone who is pathetic, cute, miserable, morally questionable, and has a tragic backstory. Now, let's see if any would fall into any or all of those categories. Let's start with pathetic. Someone pathetic is someone who arouses pity. And yeah, that checks out. You gotta feel bad for him. All he wanted in his life is to be with the one who he loved the most. But unfortunately, due to Mobius's life terms, he wasn't able to. And when he tried to make a better future for those after him, he got stopped at the last step every time. Although Noah initially gets upset at him, it turns to understanding as you progress later in the game, showing that even Noah understood that In had it rough, which means Noah did pity him, which shows when he allows In another chance to come back to the right side, even though he easily could have killed him. Now, let's talk about cute. Well, this is subjective, but let's see if he would be conventionally cute. According to Jennifer Hogan on Urban Dictionary, it would be someone who makes people feel good by their acts, have a beautiful smile or eyes. Well, In sure made Zed feel pretty good about himself with his acts. He destroyed the city he built and nearly killed Noah's group. We'll disregard the last act he did to Zed because dead people don't have feelings. As for his smile, who wouldn't love a smile like this? He's smiling even through the pain that Mio just inflicted on him. Okay, but seriously, he has a nice smile when he's actually smiling. Looks good. Same for his eyes, when he's actually not going insane due to grief. He does actually look good. Crazy what thousands of years of collective grief can do to you. He's also miserable for most of the game too, especially when In pulled off the body swapping act. He becomes so miserable that he sulks until Zed tells him to get up and take out Noah's group. If there was a character that was the definition of miserable in Xenoblade 3, it'd be In. He also does the morbidly questionable act of nearly killing off an entire population to stay with In. So the final thing we need is a tragic backstory, and boy does he! He literally keeps getting reincarnated when he probably shouldn't be, and keeps ending up with In. But each time they die, besides for the one where he abandons his child in the forest, is somehow more depressing than the last. He dies in the cold with her, and dies trying to fight Mobius. Those likely aren't even all the times they died. So stricken by grief of just trying to live a fulfilling life with her, he changes to the enemy's side to try to live a fulfilling life, and then it doesn't work, making him even more miserable. But he also wants to keep going to see if it eventually becomes fulfilling, so he tries to kill Noah's group to keep it going, even though he knows the exact pain that Noah is going through seeing Mio getting closer to dying. In fact, he makes it worse by making him watch her die via Homecoming, only for it to backfire in his face when In did the body swap, and it instead makes Noah and Mio's bond stronger. In fact, the only time Noah slices through someone with the Lucky 7 and Ouroboros Swarm is right after Noah realized Mio was alive and took out his anger on In. At least he has a happy ending where he comes back to the light and reunites with M, and they kill Zed like they originally wanted to. But if there was anyone that was certified to have a tragic backstory, it would be In once again. With that, In qualifies for all of the qualities of a Babygirl, so that means yes, he is a Babygirl by the internet's term. However, as much as this video is about Babygirls and all, I think we should appreciate that In is genuinely a really well written character. Jokes aside, him being Noah, if he didn't have a support system around him, is a great juxtaposition to the Noah we know. Noah realizes after he gets Mio back that he felt the exact same way as In did, which begins the understanding the main cast gets for In. However, the main difference from In was that he had the support of his other friends, and they had made the pact that if Mio were to die, they were going to carry on her wish. That allowed Noah to show to Mio that he was not going to turn Mobius like In, which then allowed Mio to reveal the Bane switch because Noah hadn't gone off the deep end. And although what In did was wrong, no one in the main cast can really blame him for doing it once they got full understanding of the situation. Obviously, In made the choice himself, but Zed did a lot of manipulation, like making M die in front of him before he made the choice. In just wanted both of them to be able to live a happy life together, and that was the way he thought he could do it. Once again, that doesn't excuse his actions, but there was thought put behind the decision. It wasn't because he just felt like he wanted to be Mobius. But I do have to admit, it is kind of funny to see the community call him a scrunkly, or saying that they could fix him when there is no shot in the world. Just the juxtaposition from one of the most depressing stories in the game to someone who had a traumatic past and looks a bit odd, but still is visually appealing. I guess it's funnier because we know that everything ends up happy for M and N. They defeated Mobius just like they wanted to at the beginning. Gotta have some stupid jokes for the most depressing game in the series to keep our sanity, right? And that's why Tumblr is a blessing. Or a curse, depending on how you look at it. But thank you for watching until the end of the video. I really appreciate it. If you did, please consider subscribing. Not even 10% of my viewers are subscribed to this channel, and it's free and it helps support the channel a lot. And feel free to leave a comment too. I read every comment, even the 2,000 word essay ones. But with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching once again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are. And this is Crystalized, signing out.